This integral looks kind of messy at first, but you should recognize some u sub. To recognize u sub, I know that cosine of 3x derives to minus 3 sine 3x. And if you look here, I've got the cosine 3x, and then I've got some multiple of its derivative right there. So that tells me that I need to, and they're being multiplied, that's kind of important. So that tells me that I'm going to use u sub. So I'm going to try it at first, see where it goes. So I let u equal cosine 3x du equals minus 3 sine 3, minus 3 sine 3x. I don't have a minus 3 sine 3x right here. I have a sine 3x. So I'm going to write 1/3 negative du equals sine 3x. And now I go ahead and I do my u sub into this integral. So it's integral, and we've talked about this before, replacing this and this when I do u sub. It's really important to do that, especially in this case, because it just kind of makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to leave this spot and this spot blank for now, and I'm going to fill them in later. So when I do my integral, I've got e to the cosine 3x. This is cosine 3x, it's u, so that is e to the u. So I write e to the u. I've taken, wait, I have an undo button. Yeah. Alright, so I've taken care of this. Now I need to take care of this. Notice this is this guy, so I'm going to substitute that in for this stuff. So I'm going to put my minus 1/3 out front, and then I'm going to put the du there. Now I need to fill in my numbers, so what I do is I'm going to use this, I should use a different color, this right here. These were values of x. I'm now working in u, so what I need to do is write those things in terms of u. So 0 for x tells me to take the cosine of 3 times 0, so that's cosine of 0, so I'm plugging that into right here. And then I'll work that out in a moment. And then the next one has this guy, pi over 3, right? So pi over 3 for x tells me that I want to take the cosine of, when I plug that into my u, I get cosine of, the 3's cancel, so just get cosine of pi. So in order to, I'll do that work up here, I just like to think about the unit circle. I know that's 0, I know that's pi. So I'm looking for this spot and this spot. I know that x is cosine. I'm looking for cosine. So I'm just looking at the x coordinate there. Cosine of 0 is 1. Cosine of pi is negative 1. So those two numbers become my my integrands, my numbers at the top and the bottom of my integral. So the 0, let me go here. The 0 was at the bottom, 0 gave me 1, so I get a 1 right here. 1. The pi over 3 was at the top, pi over 3 gave me negative 1, so I get a negative 1 up top. So I get it like that. And now, like, I'm totally done working with trig. Like, I don't have to do it anymore. I can just evaluate this using u instead of an x. And I think that that makes this easier to do. So I need to evaluate this integral. So it's 1/3 negative Integral e to the u to u. Well, that's e to the u, right? Derivative of e to the x is a dx, therefore integral, same thing, e to the x. So we just get e to the u, evaluated from u equal -1. Sorry. Do an undo, blink, undo, yeah. U equal 1 to u equal -1. So it is, I will do this one first. So maybe I'll write it all out. It's -1 1/3 e to the -1 minus, so I subtract my two different parts, -1/3 e to this guy, a +1. So I get, the way I think that they would write this on an AP test would be to write -1/3 if it was multiple choice. I don't know. They might write, we'll just write e to the -1 plus 1/3 e to the 1, or just e. You could write it like that, or you could put the e to the -1 on the bottom, whatever. That's the answer.